Ding, ding, ding. Hey, guys. Mine's out. We'll have to tell everyone why we were just a little bit late tonight. But guys, first of all, welcome back to Anchor Watch, our weekly late night below deck chat where we take over Up and Adam's channel to recap still the highest rated show on Bravo. On Bravo. What were we just doing? We were late. Sorry, guys.
We were in the middle of an interview, everybody. An interview we've promised you for some weeks now, I feel like. It's been this like tease.
It has been a tease. You know, we just interviewed Chef Serena from Below Deck Down Under seasons 2 and 3. We had probably the best conversation with her. I did not expect that at all.
Like I thought it was just going to be this like fun and I cook and it got deep, you guys, like so introspective. Again, I told Jason, I was like, am I going to shed a tear? Like it was very like, oh, let's get to know each other. And now we're all BFFs.
Yeah, now we have a WhatsApp group chat, which I think is going to get pretty rowdy. But
I know,
just what a great interview. I cannot wait to share this with you guys. I think we might put it up on Thursday because that's the day that we're traveling to New York. So not much is going to be happening on the channel. That's a great day for an interview. And it's just so good and so fresh. And we were kind of talking about how Below Deck cast members are kind of moving around right now. You know, like you have your like favorite people. We have like Chef Ben and Daisy, the chief stew. We have just a lot of like movement. You know, Aisha has moved from Below Deck Down Under to Below Deck Med. And I think you will see a lot more movement from different cast members for sure. It's going to be really cool. Really
Absolutely.
cool.
Yeah, it makes sense. And it's fun to see them intertwine. Like if you get someone from this franchise, like that's what I want them to do is really start like intermixing the comebacks, but like let's put Fraser with someone from a different franchise. I think that would be fun.
I think that's what's going to save Fraser. I think he belongs on a different franchise because like I'm trying to like wrap my head around, you know, I'm seeing what people are saying like everywhere, like on X or Reddit or whatever. I'm seeing what they're saying about the show. And guys, we have a poll running in the live chat. I just want to know what you guys are thinking about the season 12 so far, because there's been a lot of not so great things being said about the season. And then every week you and I are sitting here, we are now 7 episodes into this season, trying to like convince everybody and ourselves that it's going to hopefully get better, you know?
Like I was sick of like, I'm honestly like, I'm glad to be back. I was sad to miss out on everyone for 2 weeks, but to be real honest, like when I caught up on those episodes, I was just like, okay, we didn't really miss much until finally maybe a little bit of last episode and some into this episode. I'm like, okay, here we go. But like you said, 7 episodes in, I'm like, guys, something's off with this season. Sorry, I spit my lip. Yeah, something
it's off. And I'm trying to think of what it is. Is it it's not the cast.
I know. I want to say
it's editing.
It's the editing is weird. I don't know if it's a producer thing mixed with editing. The cast is great, and I really like want to like them and wanted to like them, but I'm honestly starting to get a little bored of a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, oh my, like
let me think. There's one that I can think of.
Oh my God, I'm so over that crap. Like I really I'm over her, and I'm over this. Like we have so much to dive into with her regarding, I mean, just her work ethic.
I know.
I'm so sick of her being like, I need 10
everything. Well,
like, come on, girl.
Oh, this is so hard. I cannot do these. You know, I think I was reading a lot of what people said, and I wish, you know what? I wish I uploaded those. I don't know if I have those. We'll talk, and I'll upload them as we go. But I'm reading about what people are saying, you know, when it comes to the cast, when it comes to these things. And people are like, this is not Love Island. This is Below Deck. And we want to watch people work. That's why we watch the show. We watch it for the amazing yachts and that lifestyle. We watch it for shitty guests like we just had. Like, shout out to Dawn, our shitty guest MVP of, you know, we watch it for those reasons. And right now I feel like it's just, let me see if I can bring some of these up really quick, Gelsey. But guys, let us know where you're watching from in the live chat. Also, rate this episode from 1 to 10. I really want to know where you guys are sitting with this. I'm reading the poll in the live chat right now. We have 4 options. It's either 4 anchors, which is the top. It's good, can't decide, or you guys are ready for med. Let's move on and skip. Let's skip the rest of the season. But let me know what you guys are thinking. in the live chat. Vote in the poll so we know what you guys are thinking, because right now it's looking like everyone is kind of okay with it. We're okay with it. But Gelsey, if you had to rate this episode 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Oh, 1 to 10. Yeah. Like maybe a solid 5. Like, and like I said, it's just like everyone's kind of okay with it. It's just bobbing. That's not great for ratings. That's not great for TV. Maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe I'll give it like a 6 because shit is finally starting to move and hit the fan, which is at least exciting. But honestly, at this point where
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Like the love triangle, it's like I can already see where it's going. I can already see what's happening. It's already kind of just like this bullshit facade. I mean, first of all, don't even get me started. She's not even fucking gay. And so there is no love triangle because she's just going for attention and likes the excitement. But she's like, oh, of course, if there's a man, I want him instead. And I'm just like, okay, bitch. Like, it's just, it's kind of
what are you doing? You're fooling with people. We're going to get into that. Sure. Yeah. Guys, you guys are giving this a solid 7. I would say would sit between a 6 and a 7. Like, we're taking off a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, we are really doing that. DINNYC says, or Diane NYC says, Solene needs to go. I'm right there with you. Like, I'm over it. Like, it was funny for a little bit. I was like, oh God, she's kind of entertaining. She's our comedic relief. You know, it's interesting to have someone who just came off another reality show. But let me bring this up for you because, there is this person on Twitter. I don't know. He randomly pops up on my stuff all the time. And this, I screenshotted this. Sorry, guys. So like everything's weird. But Matt on X says, I'm so sick of the Instagram grid intro to every cast member. And Dustin Cohn on X brings up a really good point. He says, I love the grid the first episode because I thought that was their way of introducing them. And we talked about that. We were like, this is kind of cool.
I loved it.
But then it keeps going.
Oh, God. Like at this point, if you're watching
it's insane.
6, 7, you have to assume that someone watching episode 7 watched 1, 2, 3. Like I can understand certain shows, the formats are a lot of like constant recap because they're like, oh, someone might jump in at this episode. And I can appreciate editing for that reason for other shows. But this one, I agree. Every time they do it, I know who Chef Anthony is. Like, stop.
It's a whole thing. You know, I think they're doing something weird. Here's another one. Dustin Cohn says, is Below Deck losing its way, hiring crew like Solene who don't want to work, the super flashy editing, which I'm going to get into in 2 seconds, the introduction of a villa to stay like as a mini trip. Like, I love this show, but I'm almost feel like I'm watching a Love Island spinoff. What are we doing?
That's what I felt like when they did the villa thing and they're going in and it's just when the love triangle is getting heated and they showed a preview of Damo and Solene making out. And I was like, they're trying to like compete or something with Love Island, which I don't know why the hell Love Island is as big as it is. I was at a bar in Florida last week and there was literally like they were doing like a Love Island night at the bar and I was like, come on guys, like can we be better than this? Like I'd rather have football.
So boring. I mean, I got through like half an episode. I mean, but that's me, you know, that's me. Okay, I want to dive in here because I do want to get to the super flashy editing. I don't know if you've ever seen a show on Netflix called L'Agence, which is the agency, so the Parisian agency on Netflix. And it's about this family who sells real estate in Paris, like high-end luxury, but they're like a down-to-earth family. It's an amazing show, guys. And you guys got to keep it in French and just read the subtitles because you actually feel like you're in it. But they have this kind of hip-hop, like really cool vibe where they do these like slow things, but it works because it's that show. And I feel like they stole some producer from L'Agence and they put them here on Below Deck and we're getting this flashy editing. I mean, just even watching, you know, Chef Anthony put the butter into the pan. It was like a slow-mo, you know, kind of thing happening. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what's happening? Make the food. We want to see it go out. We want to see the guests like come together. You know what I mean? Like, and also, enjoy your food.
Yeah,
but
I agree. And do you notice that with the editing, you got on Chef Anthony and I was like, oh, I had that down, that like they're trying to continue this editing version of like, is he going to make it? Last season, it got sent back. Last time he failed. And it's constantly just like, oh my God, is he? And like, he's like, I've got this. I told you I've been on other charters. I've worked on myself. I've gotten this down. And he's like, aside from the one shellfish a couple weeks ago, like whoopsie, which fine, he's been nailing it. And I'm just like, okay, we're done with the like,
oh yeah, he's not going anywhere.
He's solid. He's doing a good job. Stop trying to be like, oh, is he going to make it on time? Because I'm like, it's like they're running out of things. That's what I think it is. They're running out of stuff. And so they're just trying to like make more of what's actually happening. And it's like, I can see right through it.
I also feel like this animosity that is still lingering from last season between Chef Anthony and Fraser, which hasn't been talked about between the two, where it kind of has a little bit, but it's really not going anywhere. I hope we're not like trying to copy the whole Chef Serena and Lara from last season, because that just got kind of redundant.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, what are we doing? I think the show's a little confused right now. Now this is a different production team than Med and Down Under. I tend to enjoy Med and Down Under more than the Below Deck OG, just for some reason. But if you go back like a few seasons, let's say like 7, 8, even before, it's just so raw. You know what I mean? You're really watching them work. Yeah, and it's your, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it was more raw, and now it feels very like Hollywood.
Produced.
And with Fraser doing this whole press tour before the first episode, going to Us Weekly and hinting at all of this action, the most firings we've ever had in a season. Someone from the crew sleeps with a guest, like, girl, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Where is it? What's happening?
Yeah, even this season's like teaser of what's to come for the rest of the season, which they keep doing, and they're showing a little more. Now I'm like, oh, it's like that actually doesn't look like that happened. Oh, that's like they edited us to keep us watching to try to wait for it, and it's never going to happen, which I get. That's the whole point. They want to trail us along so we stay with it, but it is kind of, they had to like work harder on the press tour and be like, oh, let's send all this stuff out because this isn't that strong of a season. Like maybe that was their tactic.
I mean, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Okay, let's jump into this episode, because we start with the party planning hell. By the way, I just want to read some of the comments in the live chat before we get in here. Judy says, I love the Parisian Agency. Judy, it is my favorite show on Netflix. I love it. It's a real reality show. It's fantastic. I follow all of them I like stalk them on Instagram. I'm like, what are we selling now? It's amazing. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. And Marianne Stout says, I feel like Fraser is micromanaging Sheffy instead of managing his own stews. That is a very valid and very, very good point. Okay, let's jump into it, because we start off with the VIP planning party planning panic, let's call it. All right, because this episode is called, what is it called? Partying at the dock tonight. Or no, party docking, and that it's party docking in the house tonight. Yeah. So this is crazy. They have a $20,000 budget to throw this.
I'm cut off. I'm just still on like disco mode.
$20,000 budget to do this huge party where they want like all kinds of things. We have stilt walkers, live music, DJs, bands. They want a lot of people. It's going to be amazing. And when Fraser shows up to check on it, we're only 7 hours away from the party happening. The party planner has nothing done yet, but at the same time, I feel like they're used to doing these kind of things last minute. Did you think the panic though? Because Fraser does do a lot of panicking. He's always running around like with this urgency, and it makes me kind of fucking stressed, because Kate Chastain never did this. She was never kind of like, oh my god, okay, this has to be this, and it like drives me insane.
Yeah,
but he always does pull it off. But do you think that it was worth the
stress? No, I don't. And obviously this just isn't like part of, at first when they show the doc and there's nothing there, I was like, oh, they're so fucked. But I also, the same thing was like, this guy's business. This is this guy's, I've done a lot of events like this as a performer in events like this. So I know what they kind of take. I know that the people that run them, like they do know how to pop up a stage. The entertainment doesn't come until an hour before, it's just, I wasn't too stressed. And I do think maybe it's just out of his wheelhouse of what he normally does, which he said, I've never done anything like this before. So I think the stress was unnecessary. I also I get it. If he is planning and organizing this whole thing, he has the budget. It's his job to call everybody. The fact that everyone's like, oh, he did such an amazing job putting that event together. I'm like, he didn't do shit. He gave a man a check and he did it. He did a great job.
Yeah, this is what I want. I know they tried to pull it off. And guys, like, I do think for what it was and how last minute it was, it did turn out well. I do want to bring up a photo and just like look.
It's a little underwhelming. It's a little, they were like, we want like crowds there. And I was like, oh my God, there's like 5 people in the dock. And it just looked like watching it. I felt a little awkward. Like I was kind of weird.
Like I would have rather just stayed on the yacht and like, listen to the music and watch people walk around on stilts at that point. I mean, I think it was a good idea in a sense, but I think it was like really hard to pull off there.
Yeah,
Just,
and a
you know, in my
carnival,
opinion.
like they said, it's like they might have been able to get something more or get a bigger crowd to be like, hey, free party tonight, and to have this crowd so they felt like they were like the VIP, like, because that's what they want is their dick stroke is what these charter guests want it. Like we'll get into that in a second. But
Horrible guess.
oh my God.
Horrible.
I've got a couple. Yeah. But I feel like because it was carnival and like he called so many entertainment companies and they're like, yeah, right. Like you want this done in 2 days and it's the craziest party weekend of, so whether they did that on purpose, production to be like, let's see if they can pull this off, or who knows, but it's a little, why would you spend 20 grand extra for that when you could, like, I'd be like, take me out for a beautiful dinner on the ocean in this private yacht. Not, they spent the evening docked. I mean,
you're just doing another party. These people party all the time. They own strip clubs. They're like doing this kind of thing all the time. Like one of the guys, like, you know, I think he started business in Vegas. You know, they own all these strip clubs in Texas. Like, this is what they do on like the nightly, you know what I mean? So I would have taken that approach too. I would have been like, let's do something nice. Let's do like a nice evening at the beach or whatever.
They're not classy, nice people.
No, they're not. They're horrible. I do agree with Fraser when he said they have no decorum. They have no class. 1000%. We can never see this woman again. Where is she? If you guys see her in the wild, this is Dawn. Okay. There she is. She's crazy.
Literally wrote "see you next Tuesday" next to her name on my notes.
Jen Tree in the live chat says, yeah, it was the event planner who got it done, not Fraser. That's a great point. Also, Judy in the live chat says Kate Chastain felt secure in her job. That she did. Not Fraser so much. Yeah, I'm waiting for him towards the end of the episode, which we'll get into too. It felt like he kind of like found his balls a little bit. And he's like, now I'm starting to see that shit's hitting the fan.
I think he was so caught up, and I've seen him a little bit in his management style do this, where he gets so caught up in his own, oh my God, or going to make sure Sheffy's okay and dinner that he's blinded that his staff is actually like not doing the best they can. And I think if he was a little more focused on his crew and staff and team more than just himself and making himself look good or making sure that Sheffy's okay, I think there would be more success. I think he would, because everyone got really freaking lazy this charter. And I get it. When you're at that halfway point, you start getting comfortable, you start getting exhausted, you want to goof around. I've been there on jobs before where I'm like it's natural, but that's what a leader is there to do. Go, okay, which I guess at the end he finally does, but everyone's starting to get real lackadaisy. Like
this is it. Even Chef Serena said this in the interview today. She said, you know, it's halfway through the charter season. This is where people's personalities start to like, you know, take hold. This is where people start getting paranoid. The cliques start to form and things start to go crazy. So I hope she's right and that we're going to pick this shit up real fast, because episode 8 and onwards really, really needs to turn it on. It really does. I really hope it does. So Carol in the live chat says, the guests know they're being filmed, right? Why act so horrible? They have to know that people will see this and that they will see this again, right? Drunk.
I mean, I have videos of myself. Let me rephrase. Jason has videos of me drunk that I go,
have videos too.
Why did I ever film that? Like, and I know the difference is that's between us as friends, not the whole world. So good point. But I think once you're intoxicated, you like lose your mind. You don't care. You don't know. It's like, and the level of drunk they got, and it shows a lot too. I'm not saying like the kind of alcoholic you are shows what kind of class you have, but like what comes out when you're drunk, and like for the fact that I get that like I don't know. It's just like, I do feel like a little bit though, they edited, production made them seem worse than they were. A little bit. Like, yes, they were classist. I'm not saying they were great. They were just like a little new money trashy in my mind, but the way that they were like, this is horrible, and kind of watching, I'm like, okay, they're annoying, but they're not the worst. They've had way worse.
No, but we love these guests though. Like I personally, when I'm watching the show, these are the kind of guests I want to have all the time. Even today, when we were talking to Chef Serena, without giving everything away from this interview, she said, you know, like there is a difference between like millionaires and billionaires. Millionaires come on like these guys who want lobster and steak, and I'm on a yacht in my Tommy Bahama shirt, and I'm gonna order people around and yell Rainbeau for 10 fucking minutes until she comes back, because that's the only name they can remember in their drunken state. You know what I mean?
So, name I can remember sometimes in my sober state. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, right. And then she was saying how the billionaires, they just like want a sandwich and a Coke for lunch, and they want to like enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
I love
what yachting is supposed to be about.
She said, our last thing to say, but I love this. She said, money talks, wealth whispers is, you know, obviously she didn't make that up. That's
best quote ever. Yeah. Best quote ever. Marianne Stout says, good tip, unlike the porn stars. That is true. Yeah. When the guests finally left, I think they left a $27,500 tip, which is just amazing. But before we get into the end of the episode and kind of like what's happening there's 112 in the room, guys. Hit that like button. It helps us out so much. We appreciate it. We also have some big news to announce at the very end of this show. Yes. Yeah, before we get into like what's coming after they got their tip, I want to back up a little bit. Okay. Because we've talked about like kind of the things that are happening, and let's start with the good. Okay. And then we'll get into the love triangle of it all, because
I feel like it's like we need to go there, but I'm also just like, can we just put that here?
No one wants to watch it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's so lackluster. It's one of the most lackluster crew drama things I've seen on Below Deck. I'm just going to say that.
There was a genuine love triangle, but the fact that, again, we'll get in there, but the fact that Solene,
you're making me feel like this.
Yeah. She's not really into Jess. Again, she's just having the fun, and she's like, I don't know, but I like men, and like that alone, it's just kind of like, okay, then this isn't serious. And even Jess is like, I'm just having fun, but you know, she's caught off guard when she realizes that Solene's going around kissing everybody, and
100%. I mean, first of all, Kyle is still licking his wounds from seeing her and Jess kiss. He's like, my heart's broken, or
I was like, buddy, you got your dick wet, get over yourself. Like, you got what you want. It's not like you guys had this like long courting or romantic, like it's been 2 weeks and you're like so heartbroken. I was like, pull your shit together, bro. Like, is this because cameras are on you, or like you're not heartbroken? You knew exactly.
You're not heartbroken, and like Jess and Solene don't exactly scream soulmates. You know what I mean? Like it's not it's not a big deal. And I think Jess is even smart enough to know that she's just going along for the ride. I don't think she's expecting it to go anywhere either. However, what Solene does to this crew is kind of annoying me a little bit. You know, she drags Rainbeau down. At the beginning, she dragged Barbara down. Now she's distracting Jess to the point where Jess's crewmates are starting to notice that she's not in it. No. And she is like the person. Besides Hugo, she was going to be the bosun. So this is someone, you know, if she starts slipping after we just got this new bosun coming in, Hugo, right? Like, where does that leave that team? So
yeah,
I feel like she's too distracting, and I really feel like she is going to go. I feel like she's stirring the pot. I feel like she has slowly becoming the cancer of the crew, which I hate to say, but I think it's true. I think, like, you know,
I hope she goes. Unfortunately, I got a little nervous in like the previews that she's like in a lot of them, and I don't know if that's them trying to play with us.
But like, they do that to us.
There's so much content. There's so many episodes she's still in, but it's like it's all from just the next one. She gets fired. I'm hoping that, because you know, ooh la la. Like I'm done with the like, oh, I don't want to work, and I don't care about the shower, and I don't care about the details.
What he said? No, I really, she something has to happen. You know, what did she say? She's like, oh, I love the risk and the adrenaline. Well, that's cute, girl, but I know what you don't like to do, and you don't like to fucking work. You don't like to work.
No chips before bed, or you know, dinner. So I like to take the no, so I like the yes, or like whatever.
I am a good person. I will have this French champagne. Okay, yeah, treat yourself to a glass of champagne while everyone else is fucking working.
Me too, girl. Like, come on. I know it is. I get what they were doing with it, bringing like, let's try to bring on someone that was just on Love Island, so they have that energy and they don't know what they're doing. That could be a fun mix, but it is getting old. because
it's redundant at this point. I think 100%. Like, we got to move on. And if Fraser was right about this is the most firings we've had ever on Below Deck, I'm waiting because we're
yeah,
halfway through the season.
we
We are
only have
halfway through the season. Think about that, Gelsey.
Mhm.
Halfway.
Halfway. Oh, God, it was the chef in the beginning, which technically he fired himself, and then
Yeah, poor guy.
our bosun, and that's it so far.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Most,
So
so we
what
got to do
next?
at least 2 more to get the most, because 3's the tops right now, right?
I think so. Yeah. And we need more. We need more. I think Kyle's gonna go too from the preview, but I'm not sure. Jen Tree says, I feel so bad for Rainbow. She's exhausted. And like we were talking before, we had this little hiatus of no Gelsey for 2 weeks, but
Sorry.
remember we were talking about how Rainbow kind of like drives herself nuts, and we thought maybe she'll walk herself off the boat.
Yes.
One of the other is still going to happen, I
I
believe.
still
But
think
I'm
that's
actually feeling sorry for her now.
Oh, I am. I definitely am. Like, there was a phase that I literally wrote, she needs to chill, because of, I understand she's like, I don't know how to connect with other women. I don't know how to be a girl's girl. And so you can see where she's flipping it, going, okay, I've been kind of like hard on Solene and kind of bitchy. So I'm going to try to like give her hugs and do this. But it got so awkward. I mean, even, Solene is like, something is up. And I was like, oh, this is like cringe. Like, just stop. She kept doing it. And I was like, just stop trying to connect that way. But like, she does get in her own way. And I understand she feels like if she doesn't do the work, nobody will, because literally nobody will. Even Barbara's getting distracted so badly. I mean, when the 3 of them were all in bed giggling, and again, you got to have fun on the job to a point, but it does feel like Rainbow's picking up everything, but then also getting blamed when Fraser's like, why are the sheets on the master? And they both were just like, Rainbow, Rainbow, Rainbow. And that's when she shut the door of the captains, because
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
she can't do anything right. And you feel bad for her. I'm like, God, she's the only one doing everything. But Fraser
This
can't
is
see
why
that.
I think she's going to say fuck it. Like, I really do. I think she's going to be like, you know what? Fuck this. Kat in the live chat says, I think what is nothing. Wait, I'm sorry. I think what is nothing me is they clearly cast Solene before she had any experience. She was a plant. I mean, listen, it's a show. I'm
Yeah.
sure they did. If
And
I were
Slam
a producer, I would
crossed a
absolutely
lot.
hire someone like Solene just to drive the
Yeah.
crew nuts.
Kiss as many people as you
But
can, like, pre-tell, and just like, without saying it, just be like, you should get around or whatever, kind of. Sure. But it took only 7 episodes to get there.
I know. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Someone has to go from the interior. The villa. Yes. So after everyone gets this big tip, Captain Carey drops this bomb that we're going to have 2 days off at a villa. Now, how many episodes are we going to spend at this villa? Because this is where, when I had that Twitter post up, or sorry, the X post, people are like, has it lost its way? Because people feel like we're watching Love Island.
Yeah.
Everyone's like hooking up, but not in the normal Below Deck capacity, in a different capacity. And now we're sending you to a villa for 2 days. So how many episodes do you think? And in the live chat, guys, chime in. How many episodes do you guys think we're actually going to spend on this villa? Do you think it's just 1, or do you think it's going to carry over into like 1.5? That's a whole like.
God, a whole episode at the villa, though. I mean, but it seems like a
They're
lot.
not that interesting.
They're not that good. Like, I would have watched the last season of Down Under at a villa for a whole episode. Like,
Absolutely.
100%. I would have watched last season Below Deck at a villa, but this one, yeah, there's just something missing. And it's like, and then now we're at a point again where like, now the drama's starting to kick off. I'm like, oh, I don't really care enough about the drama. Like, it's not a Bree and Harry relationship where like we're vested into it. So when drama happens, we're like, oh, like whatever side we're on, or, like that was drama because it's like you genuinely like them or genuinely like love to hate them. But there's the mix, where this one, I'm just kind of like, about all of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen all of it. We've seen Jess kiss Solene. We've seen Fraser kiss Damo. Like, now Damo's going to kiss Solene. This one will kiss that one. That one will kiss that. And it's just like, it's like I said, it's redundant. You guys, everyone is thinking that there are 2 episodes that we're going to get of this 2-night villa. It is 2 nights. So we could,
Yeah.
but this isn't Vanderpump Rules. We are watching Below Deck. So I really hope we kind of turn this around to be Below Deck. Guys, let's end the poll in the live chat and just see where everyone thinks about season 12 here. And it looks like, you know, for the most part, 42% say it's good, but the rest of you can't really decide. And right now, that's where I am, because every week we come on here, this is our favorite show. It's my favorite show on Bravo. And we defend everything. We're like, okay, here we go. This is it. Here we are. We're going to take off. But it's like, and now I'm like, I have to be realistic. We're 7 episodes in, and it's feeling tired.
Yeah, and even bringing Hugo in, which it made me remember something that's kind of more, again, Love Island-y. I think he's going to be a great leader so far. I mean, it's too soon to say and everything, but when they were starting to pick at him, Barbara's like, "Oh, you're in an open relationship," and he's like, well, "Yeah, do you like anybody? What about Solene?" And there's already this like weird triangle going on that obviously we're talking about, but it's like they're trying to. The whole cast is like in on it, trying to stir the pot more. Even Fraser was doing it. They were trying to make it more. And I'm like, this is already like a lot, like lackluster triangle. Why are we, or is it going to be the game of like, is Solene just going to hook up with absolutely everybody?
I mean, is that what the show is though?
And then they all get STD.
No, which has happened on Below Deck. Which has happened on Below Deck. Whoops. Listen, okay, so I want to finish off because there's not too much. I wish we had so much to talk about, which is why I was so excited to talk to Serena today, because we had a really great conversation, not only about Below Deck, but about yachting, about her. And it was so interesting, just that I think we spent like almost an hour with her. And
yeah,
coming to recap the show right now, I'm like, I don't even know how to like get through Anchor Watch, and this has never been a problem before. Okay, so but at the end, Fraser finally grows some balls and drops the hammer a little bit, because he's noticing that his crew is becoming a little too comfortable, I guess, you know. And he pulls them together and he's like, guys, we need to step it up or get cut. I'm not afraid to make cuts. He even asked Barbara to sit up for slouching. And I'm
know.
like, whoa. Fraser's like coming in and stuff, but why haven't we caught this yet? Why haven't we caught this before?
That's the thing, because I think he's been too preoccupied with his, not that his relationship with Captain is a bad thing. I think that's, you know, he looks up to him as a mentor and I love that. But I think there's kind of this like, I need to appear a certain way. And so if I micromanage Chef and make it like this thing because I brought him back, and then dinner service, and then I'm doing these things, like he's just, there's this weird bubble he's stuck in. And I just don't think he's aware. I think he puts the team on Rainbeau because she's the first and is like, okay, well, she's right below me. And then that's her team. It almost feels like that.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then Rainbow's like hyperventilating because she's like, this is my position. Like, I don't, it's, he's not, he's just missing. I think he's maybe getting caught up in the reality TV part of it, of his character on TV and whatnot. And you've said it before that he's definitely leaned into it, which I don't blame anyone on the show for ever leaning into.
Absolutely.
On a platform that they can ride. I would do it too. I'm not going to lie, but
someone said in the last live chat, I think it was either in the comments from a previous Anchor Watch, like last week. I think we did it with Adam, or even someone in the live chat said it, but they said he's trying to figure out where he fits in the chief stews, like the Aisha and the Hannah and the Kate Chastain. You can't figure out where you fit in. And I was like, you know, that's a great point. I think he really is. He just needs to be himself all the way. And I feel like he holds back every season just a little bit, you know, like, because we've been rooting for him since he was a second stew.
Yeah,
I love him. Yeah, I love him. I really want to see, like, I want to see him like step. I do want him to swing the axe. You know what I mean? I do want him to take over and say, you know what? You suck. You gotta go. I'm gonna bring someone else in. Like, let's move it along.
Yeah, the fact that the Solene shit and she's not cleaning properly, and Rainbow's like constantly, like it's been going on the entire time, not just this charter. It is a little ridiculous that like we haven't woke up to this yet, Fraser. Like, hello.
I know. Annika says in the live chat, is this, Jason, which season is worse, season 9 or this one? You know, I didn't like season 9, guys. Everyone knows that. We had a whole joke about it. And I can't believe we're already on season 12. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, season 9, we had Captain Sean. So I think season 9 right now is winning. It's winning just a little bit. I'm hoping this picks up because Gelsey, when I was telling you, you go back and watch season 11, I said it's not the best season. I don't think you're going to really like it. And then you're like, this is season 11 was so much better.
So much better. Like I was so vested into everyone's personal relationships, their own kind of personal journeys, the ones even that like weren't doing well, or it was like, oh my God, I want them to go. Like I just cared a lot more and I like binged it. And this one, honestly, I took the time off for vacation and didn't watch them. And then I came back and watched it all. And I was like, I almost don't even have the motivation to rejoin this cast or crew. Like,
I know. I feel like we're such a downer tonight for Anchor Watch, but I just don't know what else to say. Like, I'm at a point where I'm like, oh, we're watching the same episode again, doing the same things. Nothing's moving along.
Yeah, guests. It's like, okay, let's start like a charter. Like
this was not enough.
No, big deal. Like I honestly, at that point, I'm like, you're all drinking in a hot tub and kissing people. Haven't we all? Like that's high school. Like, but I don't know. It just, there's just kind of the stakes aren't high enough. That's what it is. The stakes aren't high enough. The stakes
aren't high enough. That's it. That's a great, that's a great phrase.
Heartbreak if he actually was heartbroken. If they actually, this whole 7 episodes were building a relationship and a boatmance and all this, and then this triangle happened, then we'd be like, oh my God. But because that was just such a dick around screw, and then now this with Jess, it's just like, we don't care enough.
No, I know. We are going to care, though. We will be back next week. But I do want to get your thoughts on this. And you guys in the live chat, chime off too. I love doing this live. 120 in the room. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already, guys. It helps us out so much. If you are listening on the podcast, please leave us a 5-star review. That really helps us out. And let us know what you think about, the show and stuff. Now, we are under the Up and Atom umbrella. We have a lot of things coming your way. Actually, the rest of the summer is going to be really exciting here on Up and Atom. I'm really, really excited. But we got our mid-season trailer finally, because we are mid-season, which it doesn't feel like it, from the mid-season trailer. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's going to get any better?
Honestly, not much. I have this vibe because what they did from the midseason, even like the bombs they were dropping, I was like, they did this in the beginning with they're just showing us a little more of what happened. And I was like, I feel like they're doing what they've done this whole time, going, here it is, come on. And we're just going to trail along and then go, oh, like that's literally, I unfortunately think this is just going to be one of those seasons. But stay with us. Keep watching with us.
Stay with us. Stay with us. We'll try.
You will fail.
We will try our best. Throw us a lifeboat. Marianne Stout says, I miss Captain Sean. You know what? We need to get Captain Sean on here. Yes. Maybe he'll join us next week. And we can get some little insight on that bridge. I love this bridge, and I love that it's such an obstacle. Not that I love that for Captain Carey. It is a very tight fit, no pun intended. But it is a very, very tight fit for this big ass boat to go through. Yeah. And I want to get some insight on that because I know Sean has been down there and I know he's done that exact same thing. So I would love to hear, his insight on that. So speaking of next week, Gelsey, I hope you guys don't get mad, but we are changing the time of Anchor Watch. So starting next week, next Tuesday, because it just works better for everyone. And I feel like we're going to catch the rhythm of the episode, that end rhythm of the episode a little sooner. Next week, we will be live at noon Eastern time. So 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I don't know if we're on Standard or whatever it is now, Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. We're going back to the mornings. So on Mondays, we have Hot Messy Topics at noon, Tuesday, Anchor Watch at noon, and so on. We're gonna go to the daytime because I'm getting a lot of feedback from people that some of our international people, it's late and they want to join the chat and they want to talk about the show. And I feel like, we're 24 hours since we watched the episode. I want to wake up the next day and talk about it. Yes. I'm glad you're down. I'll make sure Captain Sean's here next week because we have a lot of questions to dive into. Yes, absolutely. And we missed a little dive in with Captain Sean.
I do. I miss Captain Sean, yeah. And you West Coasters can join me on the morning time of that new slot with our cups of coffee instead of our wine because I am a coffeeholic. So I will be clinking my mug in every morning.
Oh, yes. You know what we do need to do, guys? Leave a comment below.
Coffee? Oh, just kidding. Sorry.
No. Guys, if you want our merch to come back, let us know if you want our merch to come back because we have some really good merch. And I feel like we should be sipping some coffee out of that lovely tumbler there.
Oh.
But with that said, guys, if you're watching on the replay, we have such a great replay crew. Leave your comments and thoughts below. We always go back and try to answer every single one. And I just want to know how you guys are feeling about Below Deck. I think they need to know. So we need to share, because a lot of people, I'm telling you, stay away from Reddit if you don't want to read some bad shit, because that's a place where you can find out what people are really thinking. People are not happy with this right now. And I still feel like we could finish really strongly with this season. And I think maybe they're holding back a little bit, but I can't understand why. You know?
Yeah, same. I agree. There's something like, I'm just like, that's how I feel.
We're almost there. We're almost there. Episode 10, episode 12, okay, we're done. Shit. You know what happened? What happened? So you guys are here for the merch and the new time. I'm very happy about that. And yes, I know it can't work for everyone. I'm sorry, Sarah, you're in Australia. I'm sorry.
It works for other people in the Europe or right? Europe.
Or even in the States, because this is a late time for people. It really is. And we had the late night chat because we had to fit on everyone's schedule, and we just wanted to do a late night thing. But I think it's going to work a lot better in the day at noon. I'm so excited. Guys, I do want to say that Josh sends his biggest hellos. He's going through a lot of stuff right now. And so we're just wishing him the best and saying a big prayer for Josh. And yeah, we'll leave it at that, Gelsey. I'm so excited for next week. We'll see everyone here next week, next Tuesday at noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific. Gelsey, any last words? Any famous last words for the evening?
Drink up. It's going to be a long season.
It's going to be a long season, but there's still hope. There's still hope.
I'm not giving up.
I can't give up on Carrie. He's such a great captain.
Yeah.
And we haven't I feel like he's been so overshadowed by all this like dumb love triangle. Yes.
Next week should be like the first 10 minutes. We do nothing but talk about Captain Carrie. I do love him.
He's the whole
just
Captain Carrie episode.
That's why he's overshadowed, because he's just like, oh, he's good. And then we're
good.
Yeah.
He's solid. He's solid. He's solid. All right, guys. We'll love you and leave you. Drop your thoughts below. We'll see you next week. Bye. Everyone.